All right, hey guys, I'm Donald Diggs, and I'm also here with a new guest on this podcast, with Mrs. Flex. And hello, how are you?
Hello, I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine. So, as far as this video entails, Phase 4 was announced a while ago. I didn't touch up on it because I let it slip through my fingers as far as when it comes to the last podcast of what we were talking about. But I did want to touch up on it for a few things as far as it comes to as what Phase 4 is going to bring and what it's going to entail as far as movie wise, and kind of touch upon a few things that I kind of wanted to mention. So that being said, Ms. Flex, do you have anything that you want to kind of run into when it comes to Phase 4 and Marvel and the way that you think it's going to go?
I don't know. We were having a discussion about this earlier, and I'm looking forward to seeing some of the characters who got killed off, seeing some of their like Black Widow, Loki. I'm excited to see Fantastic Four rejoin. We finally got them back from, I think it was Sony that had ownership, so Marvel finally got control of a couple of characters there, and I think some of the X-Men, if not all of the X-Men, are back as well. So I know Fantastic Four is coming in. I'm excited to see that one for sure. And my big thing is I want to see how they do this without Stan Lee in the picture.
Yeah, I remember having that conversation with you earlier as far as when it comes to, since Stan Lee's passing, but it is a good thing that Stan Lee did make all the cameos for Phase 4. So we wouldn't have to worry about it. No, rest his soul, because he opened up a door to a entire universe that he created within his own mind. But going in a row, May 7th, we have Black Widow. July 9th of 2021, we have Shang-Chi, then the Eternals, then Spider-Man Far From Home, Doctor Strange into the Multiverse of Madness or something like that.
Yeah, Multiverse of Madness.
Thor, Love and Thunder, which is apparently, I didn't even think they were going to make another Thor, but apparently his girlfriend in the old movies, I guess, becomes a god somehow, which I don't know how they're going to bring that into place, but I can't wait to see it.
Oh, so the Earth Girl, I completely forgot her name for some reason.
Yeah, because remember when she tried to marry marry Thor and whatnot, and Thor couldn't marry her because he was turning him mortal and he was making him unworthy of the hammer. So that's why they cut that character off. She was gone for like a grip. Like I don't know how they're gonna bring her back in the fold. Black Panther 2, which unfortunately we're not gonna be able to see Chadwick Boseman in, which is gonna be kind of heartbreaking. But they did cover. Yeah, they kind of try to cover how he died in the movies, which is, or not in the movies, in Falcon Winter Soldier, the series. We'll touch on that in a minute.
So yeah, I honestly haven't even caught up on that. So I didn't know that. So they tried to integrate kind of why his character is going to be missing,
Yeah, Falcon Winter Soldier, what they did was they basically said he was assassinated like in their universe, and they blamed it on Bucky, but Bucky never did it. So the entire Falcon Winter Soldier thing is them trying to find out who did it, and kind of on a different note of the villain that was taking place, that they were the main villain that they were trying to take down.
Makes sense. Well, I promise you, next podcast that you have me on, I'll be caught up on WandaVision and Falcon and the Winter Soldier. So I'll be a little bit more in tune with that.
That should definitely be a lot more helpful. I'm not gonna cap though. Everyone is very suspicious about the upcoming titles I'm about to release. Captain Marvel 2, that was a given. Everyone loves Guardians of the Galaxy because of its nostalgic soundtrack that they have. Like, it's always busting. The movies are always good with their soundtracks. Blade. People have been talking shit on Blade since.
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah,
I miss Wesley Snipes Blade. I'm excited to see what Disney and Marvel are gonna do with this character, dude. Do you know anything about who's supposed to be playing Blade? Do we have an actor yet?
Yeah, so I have a feeling it's supposed to be what's it called? I can probably just Google it right quick. But I originally thought it was gonna be the original actor, but he's old now, so
Wesley Snipes. Oh gosh, yeah, he's ancient, dude.
Yeah, I don't know who's gonna play him. Oh
Let's
yeah,
look it
it
up.
is. It is the guy.
Isn't he from
No, he's from
Black
Alita Battle Angel.
Panther? Are you looking at the same guy I am?
That's the guy from.
Mahershala Ali?
Yeah, that's him. That's the guy from what's it called? He looks exactly like the original though. I think he's the original Blade.
He's not the original Blade.
Yeah, no, he's definitely not. But anyhow,
No, Wesley Snipes is the original Blade. I watched that movie many times.
this one, he's from Alita Battle Angel. He played the villain in that. So this should be interesting. I want to see how he plays his role. Because Blade wasn't Blade's whole thing. Because I forget, wasn't he like hunting down vampires or some shit?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, so
He's a vampire hunter. So he's half. So he. I think I cannot remember the story. Please don't yell at me. I think his mother was impregnated or he was born or something like that. But they call him Daywalker because he's basically a vampire. So he still needs blood. Now in the original movies, he had this. I cannot remember his name either. But he is this like older white guy that's like that helps him. That creates this like blood serum that he gets injected with. So in order to stay alive, he constantly is injecting himself with this like serum. But the main premise of the movie was there's like this evil lead vampire who's trying to become a daywalker. So they need to get his blood in order to find out what allows him to walk around during the day. And it's just, yeah, and he's just a total vampire slayer.
Imagine flexing on your own race, like.
Yeah, that's kind of what he is. But yeah, he's the shit. Like Wesley Snipes, if you ever watch the old school version, like the person who comes in, Mahershala Ali, if he's coming in to do it, he's got a lot to live up to. Like I loved that movie or movies. There was more than one.
Yeah, no, I just remember all the memes people gave, like, of them like talking shit on planes because like they were like they were going, there's like people on like YouTube like RCD or RCDC World or whatever, and their group, and they were going over like the movies and whatnot on like what happened like when the Eternals trailer came out. Mm-hmm. And they were reviewing all the characters and whatnot, and they got the Blade and they were like, yeah, where you been? He was like, oh, I was there, I was fighting Thanos. He was like, where? he was like, but I'm Marvel. He was like, yeah, but like you haven't been Marvel for a while, like. So it is gonna be it's gonna be finally nice to see Blade being thrown into the fold of Marvel movies and the universe that has now been created for a while now. So I can't wait to see how they enfold him into the upcoming villain that we're gonna discuss soon, like very, very soon. Quantumania. I don't know what that is. Oh wait, I think I read that title wrong.
I was gonna say, which one? Are you talking about Quantumania? That's Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Yeah, Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Quantumania. Yeah, I think that's supposed to be a deeper dive into the quantum realm, but I haven't heard much else beyond that.
Yeah, no, I haven't heard. There's not a trailer for it or anything. Fantastic Four.
I'm pretty sure that isn't Quantumania and Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which is one of the ones I'm waiting for the most. Those are supposed to be 2023 films. I believe we're like 2 years out on those. Am I correct?
Yeah, we are. That, Blade, and Fantastic Four. Everything else, I mean, we're pretty much in line for it. Like, we're pretty much good, at least for this year.
Yeah, those should be coming out back to back to back to back to back.
Honestly, because Black Widow drops May 7th of 2021. Wait.
I was going to say May
7th. That's already out.
Yeah, that's out. I didn't even realize it was out yet.
Neither did I.
I think it's been hard because movie theaters just reopened. And you know what? Now that I remember, what did we just go see? I just went and saw something really popular in the movies. I don't even remember if it was good. I don't remember what it was. However, I remember seeing the Black Widow thing, but it didn't have a date on it. And I'm like, is that this year? Like, or because there was a bunch of old stuff up from last year that they haven't taken down because they just reopened the theaters in California. So I was actually looking at that thinking what date it came out. So yeah, I need to go watch that like ASAP.
Yeah, that's odd. It slipped in my mind too because I've seen commercials for like pre-pandemic. So like,
I wanted to support her so bad and go see that in theaters. I can't believe if I missed it, I'm actually super disappointed.
Let's say
No,
official,
they
but
adjusted it. Okay, they did. Because I'm like, there's no way that I haven't heard anything about it. It's July 9th. So we're going to see Black Widow July 9th.
wait, so
I
the
know
when's
there was a
Shang-Chi
lot
coming
of
out?
push books. I'm sorry. So Shang-Chi, let's look that up really quick. September 3rd. We're looking at September 3rd for Shang-Chi.
So ignore all the dates I just dropped. Like,
Yeah, because Eternals. Yeah, so let's look. So Eternals would be the next drop. So basically, we've got Black Widow, which is July 9th. So that's our next drop. Shang-Chi is going to come after that on September 3rd. And then what was the next one? We had the Eternals, right? Which I'm super also excited for. That's going to be November 5th. So those are our next three drops in order. Now, that kind of brings, so our fourth drop is supposed to be Spider-Man, right? The new one, No Way Home. I don't think it has a release date yet. And do you know anything about I know Sony and Marvel were really struggling to make a deal on this. So it looks like it's scheduled for December 17th, 2021. So they made a deal then. This is dropping as a Marvel / Columbia, I think, film, correct?
I don't know. I heard stuff about it too, as far as them fighting for Spider-Man. But if you think about it, it's Stan Lee's original character. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, they fought to get the original ones going. Let's see.
Like,
I'll look that up. Why don't we can talk about other things. I'm gonna do a little research on that. We might cycle back and just touch base.
yeah, because I know Tom Holland has like a 5-year contract or some shit with Marvel. So I don't know why Sony tried to fight. I don't know how they were going to fight Marvel in the first place. Like,
well, I mean, they own it. They can do whatever they want. That's why Stan Lee couldn't touch it for so long. Stan Lee had sold the rights to like all the X-Men characters, Fantastic Four, Spider-Man. Those all haven't been owned by Marvel for the last 10 years, and they had just started reaching an agreement to where Spider-Man be involved. They just got Fantastic Four back. They had just got X-Men back. And then Stan Lee passed. So I don't know how much influence he's really had in. I know Spider-Man he was involved in because Sony and Marvel made an agreement and started working together to do that. But I don't know how much involvement like he's gonna have in this Fantastic Four that's coming up, because like they just got the rights back right before he passed away.
Yeah, that's very interesting to me, to be honest with you. As far as I'm like well acquainted with and knowledgeable in, I guess, as far as how those deals went, I'm pretty sure he sold them out. I don't know why he did, but he obviously did.
Well, this is back in the 70s that he sold these rights. Like this is before it blew up. Like he didn't realize probably what he was doing at the time. It was just like, wow, my characters are being made into these television characters, so.
Yeah, and then on top of that, what's it called? He probably didn't grasp how wide this was gonna be at the time, in my opinion. Now, going into that, most of these characters are needed for Phase 4, so they were essential to get bought back.
Yeah, for sure.
Like these are like the top like characters that like cause some of the conflicts to like the main villain. So like it should be interesting. I am glad after Endgame happened, they started dropping series to kind of feed us into still feed us into the lore of Marvel. As far as when they dropped WandaVision, everyone was hype about that. We got to kind of see what happened to Wanda after the war and all that stuff happened, and then we got to see what happened to Vision, and that was pretty good. Mm-hmm. They wrapped up the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, with the Falcon being Captain America now, and how he transpired and moved his way into the role of the next Captain America. And that it kind of taught himself to, not to be like Steve Rogers, but to be like, himself and do what he thinks is best, while, representing the Shield, or you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And now we got Loki. And because I was confused about that shit.
Can't wait for that one.
Yeah, because like in the movies, we seen him take the Tesseract and just dip off, but like none of us ever seen like you know what I mean? Like none of us ever seen him like, you know what I'm saying? Like what happened after that? They didn't try to take it back. They just went to a different time and grabbed another Tesseract. Like that shit just blew me up. Like I was confused. But in the Loki one, I'm pretty sure they're either, because they already announced who's going to be playing Kang. I'm confused because in the comic books it went from Thanos, Galactus, and then Kang. But I guess they're going Kang then Galactus because
So
Galactus.
Kang is and is Loki going to be a movie or a series? I thought it was going to be a series, kind of like Falcon.
It is. It's a series.
Okay, perfect. So they're bringing Kang. I did not know that. So they're bringing Kang into the Loki series.
Yeah, they're kind of showing us like, because if you look at the trailer, there's 3 statues in the back, and in the back it's 3 different faces that all represent the different versions of Kang. Because in the comic books, what happened was after they beat Galactus, Kang was like, all right, why are you fucking with time? Like, things are supposed to happen for a reason, and you're not supposed to fix them if they happen. Time's just supposed to continue. You're fucking with time, so I'm gonna have to come after y'all. So that's what his whole ordeal was. So I think this way, since they're working backwards, it makes sense because technically the only reason why Kang is stronger than Galactus, in my personal opinion, is the fact that he cannot die. Like, there's no way to actually kill Kang. In the comic books, they even stress it out of like how difficult it was to kill him because there were so many different timelines of him. They all emerged out at once and just completely flooded like the Avengers. Like, there was nothing they could do.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure, and I don't honestly remember on how they stopped Kang from like continually coming back. So like, I don't know how this is gonna play out. I can't even say how it's gonna play out because I have no idea. I'm just waiting to see what happens. I know now that we can confirm that Loki's alive, he's gonna appear in one of these films. On top of that, everyone's trying to figure out when what's that duck's name? No, I'm talking about.
Yeah, Howard, I think.
Yeah, everyone's trying to figure out when he's he's gonna come in at.
I thought he was gonna have something, and I didn't see anything in the Phase 4.
No, because like they announced a picture. It was tweeted from Marvel and some other people of what he might look like, right?
Well, we saw what he was supposed to be at the end of one of the
at the end of Endgame, like when they opened up all the portals and he popped up out of nowhere. I was like,
I can look into that. So let's touch back really quick on 2 things that you mentioned. One, I just wanted to let you know regarding the Spider-Man series. So apparently Marvel and Sony came to an agreement for 2 movies, No Way Home, and then he's also going to make an appearance in one of the, Marvel combined movies that they do. So he's going to have his own movie plus an appearance or, in another movie. But apparently both Marvel and Sony have completely been secretive as to what they agreed to. All we know is it's 2 movies. So there's that. And then also, did you want me to tell you how Kang got killed in the comic books? Because I kind of remembered, but I looked it up just to make sure. Yeah. But it's Thor, basically. So remember, Thor's able to use his hammer to absorb radiation. So Kang, I guess, at one point does an attack where multiple of him try to radiate the Avengers with so he's supposed to be immune to the radiation. It's from his homeworld. So he used it, but Thor basically uses his hammer to absorb it and threw it back at him. And it was so much radiation that I guess Kang couldn't escape it, and he ended up dying. So I don't know if that's what they're going to do in the movies, because I will say, when you look at the comics, they have done things a little differently to throw us off in some things. Like, they keep true to the characters and to the storylines, but there's been little things where it's like, throw it in that way, So it'd be interesting to see what they end up doing with him.
I'm actually, I'm gonna touch back because I actually am surprised. Like, I don't understand. Like, that's how they killed Kang. Like,
yeah, it was his own. He could only die from his own radiation. And I don't think they knew it when they did it. Like, I don't think Thor knew that was going to kill him. It was more of, I think, a protection thing where he absorbed it into his hammer. If I'm not mistaken. Again, I just like, this is old school stuff. I remember I haven't read any of these comics in so long.
Yeah, but like, imagine getting caught lacking so bad you get killed by your own, like, like, you get killed for your own ability. Like,
isn't that kind of, like, that's Superman? I mean, he gets killed by his own planet. Like, there's, it's always something stupid like that, I swear.
Oh, but all right, continue down the line. Fantastic Four, I don't know. They teased it throughout the series. of, I guess, phase 3, because apparently now we're on phase 4. So they teased it throughout phase 3. Apparently, it's what Marvel's been saying. They said go back and look at a few movies and, look at the backgrounds and the scenes and all that. And you can kind of, take it from there. I don't know which movies, but I guess I'll be skimming through
I'm
it.
I I'm trying to see where I haven't really paid attention to Easter eggs for Fantastic Four and anything.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I had no idea like they were doing that, but apparently that's supposed to be coming out 2023. What if it's like 2024, or I don't know what they're gonna do with that. But jumping back, I don't know why I went too fast. Jumping back, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, I'm waiting for, because apparently they're gonna go look for Gamora and try and figure out where she's at. Because
So are they looking for the Gamora in a different timeline then?
yeah, that's what I'm thinking, because space is so wide. I don't know what their whole deal is, but apparently when everyone got snapped back, the Gamora that was in the other timeline was brought to theirs. You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And she was alive. So that whole event where Thanos did the snap, let's just pretend that that timeline's gone. It's erased. It never happened.
Okay. So but the problem is here's where it's going to get really confusing depending on how they end up playing with this. I'm going to be completely honest with you. If they start diving into too many different timelines of, okay, now these people are back because this is a different timeline where this didn't happen and so on and so forth, it's going to lose my interest, because I can only keep, like, I try to look at watching these movies as in like the Iron Man that died, the Gamora that died, the Black Widow that died. That's my timeline.
Yeah,
This is my Marvel universe, So it's like, in order to bring anybody back, we're stealing from somebody else's timeline. So how are you going to do that without making it really weird?
yeah, because like, and it's not even just that, because like Spider-Man Far From Home is supposed to be about him and other Spider-Man, like with the multiverse, which
yeah,
again fucks with
mhm.
time. So
Yep.
I'm just sitting here like, okay, like
This is where I get nervous, because it's like, okay, how far are you going to take this? Because it does get to a point where it'll be like, damn, like Marvel's over, and I'm not ready for that. I want phase 4 to still, like, because Stanley was involved still, and I want it to be like the shit. And just so that because I was looking up the dates just to make sure. So Stanley, of course, died in November of 2018. They regained the rights to Fantastic Four, and I believe at least most of the X-Men on March of 2019. So they actually regained rights after he died. So although they may have planned for things and planned to have buy it and so on, I really wonder how much he had, and like how much involvement did he really have, and how many Easter eggs and where are they? Like, because now I want to find them, because I'm such a big fan. I want to go see, where they hid these Easter eggs saying that it was coming back.
yeah, no, he definitely laid a lot of plot work down and a lot of hidden scenes for certain things. Because I'm gonna touch back on Howard the Duck, but I'm gonna keep going on into the movies that are dropping. So what else do we have? We had the Eternals. They just dropped the trailer for that. Apparently the Eternals have been alive since like the dawn of times.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and their whole deal is let's help the world advance. But anytime something's about to go down, we are never there. Like, we were never around. So like they live on, but if a world threat comes, they're not there. Like none of them ever existed. Which is it's funny to me, because people kept making a joke like, yo, where were you at when Iron Man was getting capped? Like like where were y'all at? Like Thanos was here, he did the snap. What happened? Like where was y'all? And it's funny too, because the Eternals are so immune to everything that like when the snap happened, they felt the snap, but none of them actually snapped away, because they're all made to anti-snap. So like the stones, they don't give a fuck about the stones. They don't care, because they can't die.
Gotcha.
They can't age, they can't die. So it's like you're rigged for success. Like literally. But their whole ordeal is don't engage in anything. Just help humankind, civilization go up. But if a world threat happens or the world's getting destroyed, let it happen, because it's none of your business. I never understood that. Like, I don't understand it. Even in the comic books, they did the same shit. I don't.
Yeah,
I
I'll
don't.
be honest. I don't remember much about the Eternals from the comic books. So I've heard a lot now because it's becoming a thing. And I know Angelina Jolie's supposed to be like a main character in it, which is kind of going to be interesting seeing her come into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. But I'll be honest, I don't know too much about the Eternals. So
Yeah, no. So apparently, since the dawn of human civilization, like they've been there to like kind of slowly progress man and like kind of get everything up there, like getting everything started, like the wheel, the fire,
hmm.
like all of that stuff, the cell phone and all that. But they I guess swore to never actually help when like things were happening. So like
Yeah.
yeah, so like when Thanos came, when the Guardians of the Galaxy were doing their thing, they knew everything that was going on. They're just letting everything play out, which I don't know why. But apparently in the movie, we're gonna get a more detailed, I guess,
Huh.
inscription on how everything's going with that, on why they're doing it.
Well, if Thanos is any indicator, I have to say, like, I had compassion for his reasoning for things that he wanted to do. You kind of get that, at least I
Yeah,
did.
because like
So it's like, I wonder what, I wonder why, but it's almost like, is it a double-edged sword? Because if they're giving us the fire and technology and all these
yeah,
things that have actually become quite destructive to humanity, aren't
yeah,
they partially a cause of our own downfall?
yeah, and not even just that, but like they're helping us advance, but watching it like their work being like wiped away. You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
so it's like, what really are y'all here to do? Like, so I can't wait to see what they do with that. What if it's supposed to come out? I have nothing. I have no idea what that is. I'm being
What?
completely
Yeah, I was
honest
like,
with you.
what is?
I have no idea what that is. Miss Marvel, Hawkeye, She-Hulk, Moon Knight. Like, we're
I
touching.
was absolutely never a Miss Marvel fan, but if you've ever played that old, I don't know, it was on PlayStation 3 or it might have been PlayStation 4. It was the Marvel, the co-op game. She was like the best character. That's like all I remember. I don't know why I never took to
Oh,
her.
the Avengers game that just came out.
No, the old, it's an older one, but yeah, it was an Avengers game, but it's a little bit older one. That was co-op. She was like the best character to play with. That's literally all I know of Miss Marvel because I don't like her for some reason. I just don't. I never have in the comics.
Oh boy. Yeah, no, I gotta look back on that. I have no idea. I know of Miss Marvel. I just don't know a lot about her because I'm like, just like what you said, like I never like took her as a mainstream hero. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Because she wasn't around for really any of the major conflicts.
Yeah, that's kind of why I don't remember her.
Yeah, because in the comic books, everything was different when they went to go like beat the shit out of Thanos. Like Spider-Man was there, Moon Knight was there, everybody was there. So like
Okay, so here, you want me to read you what it is? So I had to do a little bit of research because it's like nobody knows what it is. It's literally going to be I guess it's going to be a show based on what would happen if major moments from the films of the Marvel Cinematic Universe didn't happen or occurred differently.
I thought that was what Loki was doing. Like if
I kind of thought that also, but apparently What If is going to also dive into that. So it's going to be what if things didn't happen, which this is where it's they're on a slippery slope. Let's see how it
yeah,
goes,
like
like
no, they're really no. Here's what they're doing. They're fucking with the viewers when it comes to time. So that way when they introduce Kang, it all makes sense of why he's so pissed. Like
yeah, that you know what? That makes 1,000% sense.
cause like the fans are gonna be like, yo, like what the fuck is going on, yo? Like, and I have a feeling like Howard the Duck going back. I feel like Howard the Duck's gonna appear because Howard the Duck is he's almost like Detective Chimp in the comics. He
Mm-hmm.
only comes around for world destroying events, nothing else. That's the only time he's ever called to action. So seeing Howard the Duck appear at Endgame, he probably appeared, showed up, and was like, all right, what the fuck's going on here? Like, because like he's the most powerful, like he's a duck, but he's so damn strong. It's ridiculous. Like he single-handedly stopped Thanos from fucking snapping in the comics. Like this shit was hilarious. But, like I'm still trying to figure out like who he's after because he obviously wasn't after Thanos. If he came right when they were about to beat him up, you know what I'm saying? So he's either there to investigate Kang or just figure out what the fuck Marvel, like the Avengers, are doing and how they're about to get involved into another world catastrophe. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like I don't know what they're about to do, but I know Howard the Duck's like a nostalgic character because we haven't seen him.
Yeah, I know. Well, everybody freaked out when they saw him, at the end of Endgame, and it's like, he's not. There's like no information on him coming back, and they're gonna throw him in there.
Yeah, no, they're definitely gonna throw him in there somewhere. I have no idea where. But getting off of Miss Marvel and What If, we have Hawkeye, and I think there's gonna be a series with Hawkeye's daughter, I believe.
Oh, so they were giving us Easter eggs when he was working with her on the shooting targets
the
and
shooting,
stuff, huh?
yeah. So I feel like they're gonna come back into play with getting ready for our heroes to retire and the new ones to take face. So again, like they did with Spider-Man, Tony Stark's gone. Who's in charge of his like business and all that? And Peter's put into place because he's seen Peter as his own son.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So we're about to see a lot of things change. She-Hulk, that shit's gonna be hilarious because She-Hulk is like, I don't know if that was a series or a movie. I gotta look that up.
It's a series. It's a series. It's a 2022 series. Yeah, I never liked She-Hulk. So
yeah, no, because in the comics, She-Hulk is Hulk's cousin, but Hulk also comes from the planet Hulk, so I don't understand.
Yeah, and I get scared, and they've already not done the best job with the Hulk movies. I'm gonna be honest with you. Did you see I think it was 2008? It was actually the first like Marvel movie that came out, I think before or maybe just a little bit after Iron Man, but it got like swept under the rug, and they had like giant dogs in it. That one was actually a good Hulk. It was a different vibe, and I don't think it was the vibe that the Marvel Cinematic Universe wanted to go for. And that's why it's kind of like the forgotten bastard child.
Yeah, because
they haven't been able to build a good Hulk background or a good Hulk solo movie, in my opinion, at all. And so for them to be coming in with She-Hulk, and I get a fear they're going to come in with Planet Hulk, which was very chaotic. And it's like, how are you going to bring this stuff into an existing storyline smoothly and have it like be something that we're going to want to see? So I'm very nervous for some of these titles, and She-Hulk's a big one.
Yeah, like I have no idea how they're gonna like move into play when it comes to these certain topics as far as like She-Hulk, because again, like you were saying, Planet Hulk was like, this was like Marvel's like Beltram, like like this, like they were brutal as hell over there. So like I don't understand how. I think they're getting ready for Hulk's origin story, or trying to fix it, because what they should have did was they should have explained, all right, he's the Hulk, but he's human Hulk. Like he's Hulk, but he's Bruce Banner. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And even that alone was confusing because it never really made any sense.
The way that the original Hulk story goes, She-Hulk and Planet Hulk never made sense to me in the comics. Another reason I never really got into them. So it's like, I don't know. To me, there's still so much to cover. Those are definitely later. I think those are like 2022, so we're not going to see those till next year. But it's going to be interesting to see how they integrate that.
Yeah, like I'm be surprised myself, because if we wind up getting an army of Hulk's race on the planet, like it's always raps. It's raps.
Like what?
Fucking Iron Man in the one movie had a hard time defeating Hulk, even with the Hulkbuster suit. So like
him and Thor.
Yeah,
Thor fought him on that planet. I can't remember the name of it that they were on. It was freaking psychopath. That was so funny.
Yeah, and freaking Thor's a god, so like a planet full of Hulks.
Yeah.
Coming down to Earth would be like
devastating. How do you? That's like worse than Thanos. Like, excuse me.
And it's funny too, because in the comics, Thanos said he could take the Hulk any day of the week, but he's like one of the main Avengers that he will always try to avoid. Because let's say, put it for like this, for the fucking What If series, like what if the Hulk actually had like boxing skills?
Yeah, that'd be funny.
He would have tossed Thanos so quick. Like That's what I
You
find
know,
funny.
I will have to just because you brought it up, that has to be one of my favorite parts of the whole series, like the extended part of that. It's like Hulk thinks he's the shit with everybody, and he kicks everybody's ass all the time whenever the hell he wants to. And here comes Thanos.
Yeah, like
And
here comes someone.
he thinks he's gonna come in and jack him up. And Thanos is his size, his strength, but with martial arts skills beyond like anything you can imagine. And he just ding, 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 ding,
Yeah,
messes
like,
him up so bad, sends his butt all the way back down to Earth. And then Hulk won't even come out for like 2 movies because he's so embarrassed.
yeah, like I'm not gonna
Oh,
say, like,
so good.
I'd be embarrassed too. Like I'm over here fighting gods and everything, and I get tossed by a dude with an iron gauntlet. Like, come on, yo, like I would have cried too. Like I would have been embarrassed. I wouldn't have shown my face around. That's like saying, like, yo, I'm about to get into a fight. I'll post it later. I'm not posting that shit. I got my ass beat. Like,
yeah, I still can't believe for like 2 movies he was just like not. There was no Hulk. Nope, can't call on him. He's not coming.
and it's funny too, because like Bruce would try and get angry.
Yeah, he'd be like, "Come on!"
Like
Hulk is like, "No, not coming out again. I got beat up for the first time."
And then it's funny too, because it's like, if the Hawk really, and I always talk about this like a lot of different people, like if the Hawk actually, if they just really, they relied on the Hawk too much. They should have took the time to train Hawk and how to train him while he is the Hawk and make common sense decisions. But that led to Smart Hawk, which no one wants, but we have now. So
yeah, we're kind of stuck with it now. Yeah. I will say though, they've done it. So, you know, this is why I have hope for these future series that we're going through, is like the fact that they did what they did with Hulk made him intelligent and functional and whatever, right? The fact that they were able to do that and still make him a good character. Like I have to say, I'm very impressed, because I like the old crazy psychotic Hulk. That's Hulk, right? But for him to come and then like when they went to the world to go retrieve the stone and he sees his old self being psychotic and they're like, well, you know, it's Smash stuff. And he's like, okay,
yeah, like,
angry, you know. It's just so they did a good job. So I'm hoping that's what we have to look forward to, like, is like, okay, they're gonna take things that were like, ooh, I don't know about this, ooh, I don't know about this character, and hopefully be like, oh, they actually did a good job, you know what I mean? I'm hoping that's gonna continue.
yeah, no, that definitely is its own thing. Moving on to Moon Knight. Moon Knight is the most chaotic, ketamine thirsty person I've ever seen. Like, and the memes continue with him. Like, the ketamine thing isn't even a joke. Like, that's what he wants throughout the entire series. Like, it's the most funniest thing I've ever seen, because he's Deadpool, but just he's more crazy. Because here's why. Like, isn't Moon Knight's thing is he has a personality disorder?
I think so.
And he gets his like abilities from the moon or some shit. That's why he only attacks at night.
Yeah, let me see really quick. I'm gonna pull up. I also want to see who's supposed to be playing him, because that one's coming out pretty quickly, right? Isn't it? Oh no, it's 2022 as well. I thought it was 2021. Never mind.
I don't know if that's a series or a movie, but
no, I think it's a series. Yeah, it's gonna be a series. Which actually, I'm kind of excited, because Moon Knight's. So see, this is a different one. We're getting off of like She-Hulk and stuff like that. Moon Knight's a character I want to see. I'm super excited about it. And if I'm not mistaken, I heard James Gunn is going to be working on this series as well, which he's the writer and director for the Guardian of the Galaxy films. So he's going to have his hand. Yeah. So you've got your Guardian Galaxy writer, the one that made like the best. I mean, I'm sorry, Guardians of the Galaxy, the first one to me is probably my absolute favorite of all the Marvel movies. It was just so vibey and funny and action and storyline, and it was just like perfect to me. So James is just great. So he's going to be coming in, I think, and doing if I'm not mistaken, doing the series, which is going to be super exciting.
Yeah, going back to the Guardians of the Galaxy, this is the last time I'm gonna touch on it. Like, I'm mad they got rid of like Star-Lord's god abilities. Like, that shit killed
me too. It made me not like the second one, and I like it now that I've watched it again. But the first time I watched it, I'm like, how freaking dare you guys make him a god and then just take it away like that? And now, like,
because then look, he would have been able to kill Thanos within seconds without hesitation. Like, if he mastered his abilities, what was Thanos gonna do?
Yeah.
What was he gonna do? Not a damn thing. Like,
Yeah, or maybe kill his dad after he has his dad kill Thanos. Just kidding.
yeah, like I would have snitched. I would have been like, yo, Pop, like,
Dad, can you help me out with this guy real quick? Like, I don't know if I can handle this on my own. Like, but me and you, I got you. And then murder him afterwards.
yeah, like it would have made perfect sense if, because even never mind. I'm not going back on that. I'm not going back.
Yeah, we don't need to go into that whole discussion. It's a whole thing going for, yeah. Because there's a lot of what ifs, you know what I mean? And what I love is I get into discussions, and we can get back to that. Just one thing I want to say, because this has been something that I've had a discussion with, and people have said to me, and I'm like, you know what, you're right. And there's so many what ifs in the Marvel universe, but none of them matter. And do you know why? Because Doctor Strange sat there and went through all of them.
Yeah, so like
this is the only way things could have went. And that's why it went that way.
He looked at Iron Man and was like, hey yo, like,
this is the one.
This is it.
This is the one. Remember that one I told you about? This is it.
Like,
yeah.
It's wraps. After this, like I don't know what's gonna happen next. Like, because this event didn't happen until you just did it. So
yeah,
whatever is about to happen happens. Going from Moon Knight, what else we got? We got Invasion. What is that?
Why do I actually don't? What's coming up? So I think you might have the orders a little messed up, because I know it's supposed to be. So we had WandaVision, Falcon. I know Loki's next, and I think What If is afterwards, and then it goes to Miss Marvel, and then Hawkeye, which you were saying is about the daughter, and then Moon Knight, and then She-Hulk. So Invasion comes after, I believe, She-Hulk in the timeline, at least what it's supposed to be. I'm looking at. And I know they've updated it several times now since COVID, threw all the filming off for movies, for TV series. So I know things were like different orders, but this is what I'm looking at. So yeah, 2022 after She-Hulk, we've got Secret Invasion coming out.
It's about to get real bumpy for the next few years because of these movies.
Yeah,
real bumpy out here.
Now, I actually don't know what Secret Invasion is about. What is that supposed to be?
I have no idea. Like I heard about it, but I have no idea what it is.
Well, let's see. Let's pull it up and see what they're gonna say about it. Secret Invasion. It's kind of like What If. I'm like, let's see.
Secret Invasion.
So it's a crossover. The series is a sequel to the Captain Marvel and Spider-Man Far From Home series. Interesting. It's an ending series in the installment of Phase 4. I wonder if because this is one of the last it's going to be one of the last introduced television series. I wonder if that's going to have something to do with like maybe ushering in, Marvel like Phase 5.
It could be.
Potentially.
I don't know what Ironheart is. Armor Wars. I'm Groot. I definitely am wanting to see about the origin of where the hell Groot came from.
Yeah, I'm the same. I hope that in I Am Groot they touch on the origin of Rocket as well.
Yeah, because Rocket said like he was a mad scientist and he accidentally turned himself into Rocket. So like I don't know what he did there. And then on top of that, the Guardians of the Galaxy did open up a door that didn't really make sense because Quill was human, right?
Mm-hmm.
He was from Earth.
Mm-hmm.
Yet throughout the entire time, all these other planets are out there, but even like the Galactic Order, like the cops that like capture them, they never touch up on Earth. You know what I'm saying? Like they never make contact with that planet.
So what are you thinking?
Don't you find it weird? Like, look at me in my eyes. Look at me. Don't you find it weird that the Guardians of the Galaxy takes place in space? Quill knows he's from Earth, and the Galactic Order, which is like space police of all these planets, and none of them, not a single other planetary being comes to Earth during the entire time the Avengers are doing stuff.
I didn't really think about that, but yeah.
Like they had this whole system of laws and planets and whatnot and all this other stuff, and some of them are
like Earth is somehow not involved in any of it.
Yeah, like,
and yet you guys are fully aware and you call it Terra and so on. But why when you really stop and think about it, why is it that Earth is like, it's like so many of these characters and this basis is around Earth, but as we bring in these, beings from other dimensions, other planets, so on, it's like, how does this
Yeah,
affect the like what can come and what will come, and why has Earth been not
ignored
involved?
so long.
Yeah, for so long. Why have they not been made aware? All the other planets seem to know about space travel, the fact that they do all these things, but Earth is just like we're just now getting superheroes, and all of a sudden we're just now getting introduced to space, and it's only by being attacked. Like, where was our protection?
Yeah, like all these other planets had protection, they had their own unities, their governments and whatnot, and like Earth is like, all right, well, that planet.
Yeah, and they're taking villains. I mean, you can even go back to the beginning of the series. They're taking villains to, what was it, like the prison and outer space and stuff, and it's like, what about the villains that attacked Earth?
Yeah,
and it even goes, we're supposed to be, I mean, you can really dive deep into it. We're really supposed to be being protected by Asgard as well for the entire time, and yet the only time we're protected by Asgard is when Thor comes to Earth that one time. But we're supposed to be part of their protected realm, but we don't even know about them.
Yeah, like, it just doesn't make any sense. There's so many characters that show up that are from space, and they don't like, because here's what makes it funnier is Krill said his mom died, right?
Mm-hmm.
His mom was on Earth. Wandu picked him up from Earth. No one's seen that, like
giant spacecraft that comes in. But hey, maybe they did. That's where all the UFO stories came from.
Yeah, but even then, it's like, because they can even say, I think I'm saying his name wrong, but he was supposed to take him to his dad, and he said his dad was like, he was
Yondu.
Yondu.
Yeah.
And he said his dad was like, always asking to, get his sons, but then he'd never see his kids again. So he didn't want that for Peter. So he set Peter aside. So
yeah, well, basically, I mean, the story with Yondu is that he was collecting Ego's children and delivering them to him, but he didn't know that he was killing them. And then when he found out, he he decided to stop delivering the children to Ego, which is what he was not supposed to be doing in the first place, which is why the Ravagers were so upset with him, because he was never supposed to be picking up children for anybody.
Yeah, so
yeah.
And they were like, you made him soft. And he was like, that's my boy.
I thought I loved Yondu. I thought and I like the actor that played Yondu. Like I've loved him in pretty much everything. He's a really good actor. But yeah, Yondu was the shit. Honestly, I loved him.
Yeah, and then I guess the Guardian of the Galaxy holiday special, and I don't know what that is about, but
I honestly don't. I'm so scared for that. Please don't make it dumb. Please don't. No.
I mean,
because like honestly, like remember the Deadpool holiday special? Like it wasn't funny. I didn't like it. It was just too much. I'm scared they're gonna do that. Please don't do that.
And then what's it called? Thor is part of the Guardians of the Galaxy now, so they literally have a god on their team. So I don't.
I also wonder how that's gonna work with because I love the dynamic between Star-Lord and Thor.
Yeah, he's like, I'm in charge. He's like, yeah, sure, whatever. Just
like,
I'm a god.
No, you're good. Yeah, you got this.
Like I fully agree with what you're saying, but just keep in mind, like I'm a god still. You're not no more.
Yeah, pretty much. I love their dynamic, so that's gonna be a fun one.
But yeah, so that's pretty much it. I mean, we just touched up on damn near everything, the series and what Phase 4 is gonna entail. So, I mean, is there anything you want to add or touch back up on that we didn't talk about?
No, I'm excited about it. I mean, just to touch base in order again, we got Black Widow, Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Eternals, Spider-Man, Doctor Strange, Thor, Black Panther, The Marvels, Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania, Guardians of the Galaxy 3, which I hate that that's on the end of the list. I wish it was sooner. That's the one I'm waiting for. And then I know that Fantastic Four and Blade don't have an announced date yet, so I don't know if they're going to hit 2023 or 2024. And then yeah, we got all the television series you went through that are all going to be dropping. And then who knows if they're going to bring in any season 2s of anything as well. I know there's been talk of that, so yeah, I'm excited. I think that it'd be great too as things come out to like watch them and come back and just talk through what's going on in the storyline too. I like this idea of talking through these things because this is a great topic.
Yeah, no, this is something else. This is something else. I'll be honest with you. So that's gonna be it, guys. Miss Flex, I don't know if you want to talk about your Twitch or whatnot.
Oh no, I'm good. I mean, I do some streaming and stuff. If you guys want to check me out, it's MZ Flex across the board, MZ_Flex on Twitch. But yeah,
I'll put it below.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
But other than that, guys, I hope you guys enjoy your weekend and all the fun festival things that I don't know what y'all people do. I know y'all watch the podcast and y'all probably go full clothes or whatever. But other than that,
Thanks for having me on though. Thank you. I really appreciate you having me on.
Yeah, no problem. But I'm down with Diggs. That's our new co-host, Miss Flex, and I'm out of here. I'm going to bed.
Peace, guys. Have a good night.